and people think you're a vampire.
If you're a vampire, sure. Hypotrichosis is where people develop long, silky hair all over their whole body, like the hair on your head, and you look pretty wolfman-y.
And these paranormal viruses are not what we're talking about on this week of Weird on Werewolf Radar.
Also,
I'm
COVID
Roger
is real.
with-
Fear Omicron.
With Jordan and Nate.
Fear Omicron.
And this week, we have for you the Pentagon creates a new UFO office.
Oh, yeah.
But some say the office may hinder UFO research instead.
Hey, well, okay. God damn it. I hate
We'll
being
go
an
into
adult. Nothing's ever cut and dry anymore.
Up until now, hasn't UFO research just been done by amateurs?
Yeah, it's been in the hands of kooks and beardos, present.
Yeah, I don't see how the government's gonna interfere with the thing they were gonna do anyway.
They're not gonna do it right. You're not doing it right.
We'll go into it. But before we dive in, if you're a new listener, you should know that while we upload a full-length episode, weird news review, and a bite-sized grave nugget episode every single week, we have only ever had one sponsor, and Monstruoco does not use any mortal currency. So if you can, support us directly on Patreon. We run entirely on community support from paranormal fans with a sense of humor like you. And on Patreon, you get bonus content, virtual seats to a live recording each week, plus exclusive merchandise and other spooky goodies. If you can't scare up the funds, of course, go ahead and leave a like or an eerie glowing review on whatever platform you found us on, because that really helps us out. And be sure to follow us on all the social medias. Links are at the bottom of every episode description. And now, are you ready to dive in?
Hell yeah. We are
Excellent.
out there. We are out there. Spread us like the paranormal viruses of old.
So like I said, the Pentagon creates new UFO office.
I'm
This is
expecting an invite to come work for them any day. I'm expecting a drone down the chimney, but in a good way.
like
Santa
like
Claus
Harry
2099 style.
like a paranormal Harry Potter situation.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. It's a cute little drone that looks like an owl. I think I just want to go to Hogwarts, actually.
So this can be found at werewolfradar.com.
Hell yeah. This and more.
The Pentagon made official the creation of a new office designed to track and analyze unidentified aerial phenomenon, UAPs for short, or as previously known as unidentified flying objects over military ranges. The news came from a memo from Department Secretary of Defense Kathleen Hicks.
She does good stuff.
And I will put this in the Discord. You can follow the links that I have there. Read the memo. Also read the June 2021 report.
Yeah, that's still out there, filled with
It is
all kinds
out
of weird
there, just
information.
hanging out on the internet, you know.
Doing its thing, just mellowing with age.
Getting finer, in fact.
Fuck yeah.
The office is called the Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Group.
I love that.
Or
What's the acronym?
I'm going to pronounce it like you would.
Sure.
A word, yes.
A word. AOEM's AOISM. No, it goes
So at least it's easy to remember.
AOIMSG.
AOIMSG.
The OMSIG.
AOIMSG.
The OMSIG.
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 Hicks pointed out the new office will detect, identify, and attribute unidentified objects and analyze any possible threats to aviation safety or national security. The Department of Defense has mocked and ignored UFO phenomenon and reports for decades. We might all remember.
Time.
The department undermined attempts from the public to Congress to access any information related to military encounters with UFOs. However, as we all took part in over the past few years, Congress authorized the creation of a unidentified aerial phenomenon task force in 2020, producing a report to Congress in June of 2021, which you can get the link on our website as well in this article.
It was a big week here on Werewolf Radar. I remember it fondly.
We all got our first kiss.
Yep.
But it turned out it was with each other. We were in a loony house, and it was the mirrors tricked us, and we all three kissed each other.
It was beautiful, actually.
It was magical. I still
the picture of it reveals a demon, and you will be cursed. But check out the picture. So this task force was formed in 2020, producing a report to Congress in June of 2021, summarizing military encounters with UFOs since 2004. And you can see these videos at our YouTube as well in a paranormal footage playlist. We have a decent amount, including the most recent one from the Navy.
Absolutely.
Out of the 144 incidents featured in the report, only one was identified.
Crazy, right?
That
Like,
means,
that's-
and I'm sure you can all figure it out, that means that they wrote a report saying, like, we just don't know.
Yeah.
One of
Like,
them was a drone, though. We figured that one out.
That's true. There is, but by and large, the report was just like, yeah, we see it too. What is that?
Do you guys know?
If you guys know, you should tell us.
And then 1,000 men came out of basements saying, "I do know."
And then the search became a lot more
They
selective.
didn't.
Legislation is being amended, calling for the inclusion of now physical and psychological injuries from close encounters.
Okay.
So kind
Yeah,
of
UFOs out there hurting feelings.
now that is exactly, what is that book called? It's, I can't remember what it's called. It begins with the C. It's about that dude wrote it who was like the first case of him being
Contact?
like anally probed.
Clown.
Or not contact. Communion.
Yes, Communion.
I think you're thinking of Clown High.
Well, Clown
I'm
High
probably thinking of
involves
Clown High.
a sodomy scene, but it's not tasteful. It really is.
It's
Should stay back
not
in the late
tasteful.
70s.
It's loony, if anything. Sorry.
But
No,
anyway,
that is-
the man who wrote Communion would be one of those people who both suffered physical
Whitley
evidence and
Strieber.
psychological
Whitley
evidence.
Strieber. Yeah.
The watchdogs of UFO nature. Sorry, I said that sentence insane. UFO watchdogs is what I wrote. UFO watchdogs have made several warnings about the Pentagon's announcement and actually that it is actually an office designed to redirect support from Congress away from the research of UAPs. Veteran intelligence officer Lou Islando has made a number of warnings, including identifying the office that the new program would be located is precisely the same organization that underplayed and tried to kill UAP effort for years.
What?
So everyone in charge of this office are the same people who mocked and dismissed and just generally ignored all those UFO reports before, and why we have a UFO report with 143 just I don't know, man. You got, was it a frisbee this time? You tell us.
Sure.
Well, so is what they're saying that it's a lack of investigation that is the reason that we don't know anything?
Well, what they're
Or
saying is
they
that this
can't-
office is the reason. This office and the fact that they are downplaying it, don't want any research to be like publicly known, or like even anything beyond like black book stuff. You know, like they don't want any like UFO research or claims or encounters to get out.
Sure.
And they're now the people in
Right.
charge of the new office
Interesting.
that is supposed to be
That
doing
supposedly is the
these
Ministry
reports.
of Truth with this kind of, with regards to
Yes.
this information.
Well, which is
Islando
like
states-
standard procedure for the government, but I mean, does that mean that they're just not going to actually look into anything?
It
I mean,
doesn't. It
that's what this
doesn't.
person is implying, though.
Yes, Islando is just saying, "Hey, everyone, these are the same people in charge, man."
Now,
He's
does
not
this-
saying it like that. He's probably wearing a suit and
Does
going,
is
you know.
does Islando now does he want to be in charge? Because that
I
then
mean-
we've got intrigue.
He does state, Islando does state that or how did we pronounce it?
Omsk. That's
Omsk
it.
has no transparency requirements. The
Hmm.
office never has to show its findings to Congress or the public.
I just don't know if that's any different from anything that the Pentagon ever does.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what
regular.
he's saying, though. He's kind of like, so what? This is nothing.
That is what's going on, and why that first part was then stomped on by that second headline of some say the office may actually hinder UFO research.
Mhm.
And that's what he's saying, is that this is just going to hinder it just like it has been hindered for decades before.
Mm.
Right. So it'll
Interesting.
still just be in the hands of all the same people that have been doing it anyway.
Sure.
Exactly. He wants
So-
new hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to maintain UFO secrecy, this is exactly how you do it, Islando wrote on Twitter in all caps.
A
You
mark
know.
of true, a mark of truth telling.
He didn't write it in all caps, but it's always funny to say that.
Yeah, sure.
This is a direct and blatant attempt to circumvent and undermine the Senate.
Hmm.
Now, you can go to his Twitter page on our website, and you can see what he is tweeting about. They're generally well-drafted tweets about the dangers and warnings about this system that Nate pointed out, that this is all just the same people doing the same things.
I will,
Wake up, sheeple.
Well,
He
I
doesn't
will
say sheeple
also,
now. It's just funny to say that.
I will also point out that they have been more open about it recently. I mean, the idea that the government would even say the word UFO,
yeah.
UAP in the 80s is like unthinkable, you know? And it's like the proof is in the pudding. This guy is definitely, you know, looking out for skullduggery, but you know, inch by inch, the government seems to want to talk about what's up there. And I'm not
Inch by
saying that
inch,
we
we'll
should-
make it to the aliens on the moon, baby.
I'm not saying that we
Hell
should trust
yeah.
everything that they have to say. In fact, I would say it's more likely that they would find something and give us what they deem need to know information while keeping the
Right.
real truth of the matter deep below the surface. Who knows?
Sure.
Valiant Thor.
The Valiant Thor that shit.
That is fair.
Yeah, well, you know, but I mean, the joke's also on them because it's not up to them whether or not the alien secrets are revealed. That's up to the aliens, man.
Truthfully.
All
Exactly.
right. That's been This Week of Weird, everyone. I've been Roger.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Scourge Clooney.
And as we said at the top of the episode, if you want to support us, consider giving us a review on wherever you can. I think you can on Facebook. You can on
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Give us a LinkedIn review or a LinkedIn page, maybe, if you could create that for us.
Parlor. They
Yeah.
hate us there.
Yeah, they
Set us up
really
with a
do not enjoy us on
ZipRecruiter.
Parlor.
Mm-hmm.
They like us on Getter though, but that's because our Werewolf Radar Getter page is just us saying "Get her done."
Message us on Tinder. Fuck it. Let's see where it goes.
Let's see
We're
where
on
it
there.
goes. Oh, also,
We'll get a Hinge. We'll start up a meta.
also Apple Podcast, Stitcher, all the normal review sites.
Yeah, they actually places.
Plus,
I guess we
just
should say a
interact with
couple
us.
of non-joke things.
Interact with us on Twitter and
play
Facebook
with
and
us.
Instagram. Come game with us every Monday and the weekends, playing game throughs on the weekends, playing
yeah.
Strahd Bigfoot.
slash Bigfoot this week. It'll be today as you're listening to this, right?
No, this is this
no,
week
this
of
is-
weird.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But
Never
catch the
mind.
VOD
But-
by
Psych.
following
but
our
pos-
Twitch page at
Exactly.
twitch.tv/werewolf_werewolf. No, werewolf underscore radar.
Oh, he tripped.
Oh, and that's all that stuff. I've been talking for 16
I'm-
minutes straight. It's time for the main episode.
It's time for the main
I'm for a
episode, but
nap.
I would like to say I am psyched to be. I'm experiencing the Bigfoot the game update for the first time this week, and I'm pumped to get back in there.
Oh, you're gonna get in
Yeah.
there, man. We're all gonna be the foot. We're all gonna hunt the foot.
Sometimes you hunt the foot, sometimes the hunt.
Sometimes
The hunt foots you.
Hunt foots you.
And on the count of 3, our super secret sign-off line by Dylan Gutierrez. Thank you, Dark Council member. 1, 2, 3. Suspect, boys!